It's hard to believe that 10 years ago is when I first decided to start a Pokemon card store. I decided to do it online. I decided to kind of take a little bit of a risk, and it wasn't too much of a risk because honestly, I was still working a full-time job. I wasn't going to get rid of that. Every day I wake up very thankful for what I've been able to accomplish, what I've been able to do. And I do get a lot of people who ask what a typical day looks like. And honestly, one of the best things about it is that it varies. It's very dynamic. Everything changes. You have your continuous things, packing orders every day when you wake up, and like a lot of times I have to pack orders multiple times throughout the day. So every day I get up, 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. I always start out the day with a cup of coffee. I don't add anything to it, but that's the only caffeine that I'll drink throughout the entire day. Everything else is just water. Usually I'll get the kids ready in some capacity. I have two daughters, two young daughters that they need breakfast in the morning, so I make their breakfast. If it's a school day, which right now they're on summer vacation, but if it's a school day, it's kind of the same thing. And then start packing orders, and I do that for a couple hours usually every morning. I'll pack orders, and then that's when things start getting a little bit more dynamic after that is done. But when I rewind time and I look back and I reflect a lot, like if you've watched the channel or been around for a while, when I was talking about how I wasn't going to open up any destined rivals for myself, which I did not. We ended up buying all the master set. I opened it up for other people in pack breaks, but I never opened any up for myself. I still haven't opened up any destined rivals for myself, even to this day, to think about what I can do better and what I can improve upon. And make sure that I put myself in everybody else's shoes. That's something I feel like we don't do as a community. Like that's probably our biggest weakness as a community, is that we rarely put our like glasses on where we look at things from outside perspectives everywhere else. So you watch investing channels, or you watch collecting channels, whatever channels you might watch, and a lot of times the content is geared towards people of that level. So like a lot of investing channels talk to you like you've been involved in Pokemon for years, and that's not always the case. Or competitive channels that might talk to you about how you've been playing the game for years, and that's not always the case. So understanding that there's people who literally get into Pokemon today. They decide they want to start tackling the hobby today. So understanding it from, like, that's why self-reflection is so important to me. Looking at where I am, what I can do better, and what I can improve upon. And there's a lot. There's a lot that we can all do better. Obviously, there's a lot that I can do better. But 10 years ago, I did, I don't know, $30,000 in sales on our online store for the entire year. We would order a handful of booster boxes for a new set, and to watch things grow and never really think that they would take off the way that they did is crazy. And it's a grind. Like, it is a grind, and it always will be a grind. If you're a business owner, you know that. You make pivots, you change, but there's always a grindy feel to it. Back in the day, it was only TCG player that we would focus on, hundreds of orders a day, quarters at a time. You're working for quarters every single day. We did a lot of bulk, where we would buy a million bulk cards on a monthly basis, sorting through all those, pulling out anything that was worth a quarter, so that way we could list that on TCG player. And you rinse and repeat, and you do that every day, and you work and grind, build. Like, it's all about building something bigger. And then to look now doing, a few $1 million in sales on a yearly basis, it's crazy how things have changed. The good thing about running your own card store online and then doing content like YouTube and things like that, which I don't even really consider myself as somebody, like, as a YouTuber. I'm a store owner who has YouTube content, I guess. It gives you the freedom of time, and time is something you can never get back. Like, you can't take it for granted. And I had something happen in my life, which I don't really talk about, and I'm not going to talk about it in today's video because I don't want to bore you guys, but where I didn't know if I was going to have any more time. I thought that was going to be it. I thought my time was gone. And once you get hit with that, you start looking at time completely differently. And I don't know if you can really understand that until you go through it yourself, or until it impacts somebody very close to you, how important time is. You can always make money, but you can never make more time. That's a big thing. That's a big thing for me. So having that time, having that freedom, is amazing, where I'm not kind of shackled down. And obviously I have to work, like, I still work 18, 19 hours a day, almost every day, but I can adjust my work schedule depending on what else we might want to do. If we want to go to the zoo on a Tuesday afternoon, well, I can adjust my work schedule around that. That's something amazing that I wouldn't be able to have if it wasn't for this business. And I know I put on a face all the time because everything is great, and everything is great. I always try to look at everything as positive as I possibly can. But there's days where things aren't great. There's times where things aren't great. And it's okay to not feel perfect all the time. Like it happens, like we're human. But yeah, every day starting out normal, you know, just waking up, making my coffee, getting things ready for the day, writing down a to-do list or checking boxes off. Like that's pretty much how every day starts. But we're going to go through exactly what all happens on a daily basis. So I hope you enjoy. Every day is different. So this is just a random day. And I think that's what makes it the most fun. So this is the point where I usually go for a run every day, as long as I don't have anything like weird in the morning that would prevent me from doing it. Usually like an hour or so, sometimes longer, sometimes shorter. And it really just depends on how the day unfolds. We have a drip stream later on today. At noon. It's currently 9 o'clock in the morning. Obviously, I got to get ready, got to get the stream set up and things like that. So this should still be like a 45-minute to an hour run. All right, so 6 miles, just over 45 minutes, which isn't great, but not bad. It was a little tougher today, a little humid out, went up some hills. So it was all right. Now we have to go shower because I smell disgusting. Then we got to run over to the post office. So time to get clean. So it's 10:30. Every day I go to the post office, and then there's a place that accepts like UPS drop-offs, FedEx drop-offs, DHL drop-offs, things like that. So I usually hit both of them up. It's really close, so it's only like a 5-minute drive. So I usually go there once a day. I actually pack orders like 3 to 4 times per day. So I'll print off labels a few times just to keep up with everything. Right now it's difficult because there's not really a whole lot of sealed product. I don't get complaints, but I get comments about how much sealed product we stock on the website. And the truth is, there's just not much to stock, because as soon as we do get stuff in, we put everything up at MSRP. As long as we're paying wholesale for it, we put it all up at MSRP. So if it's a new release or something like that, like recently Black Bolt White Flare. So we got Elite Trainer boxes, we got binder collections, we got poster collections, we got all that stuff, right? So put it up at MSRP, drop the link in the Discord or on YouTube somewhere, lock the website so that way you needed a password to enter, which we released in one of those outlets, whether it be Discord or YouTube, so that way people could buy at MSRP. When it's gone, it's not like we're sitting on an extra, you know, 200-300 cases of each of those items that we then put up at market that slowly leave. It's just all gone. One of our distributors was able to rebuy or buy back a bunch of inventory that they had sold to a very large online store, a very large store who gets large allocations. They sold a lot of it, but they sell at market. They had a lot left over, and they were like, well, we can sell them back to you, you know, at 70% market or something like that, and the distros will take it back, and then they'll charge other LGSs 80% market or whatever the case may be. So it's just like this perfect circle of product going all over the place. So not a whole lot of sales. A lot of times right now it's just singles, which singles actually take a lot longer to pack, especially singles when it's like 40 or 50 at a crack. So that takes a little bit longer. It's a lot different packing up an order of, you know, 30 singles than it is one booster box or one Elite Trainer box. It just takes a lot longer, which is fine. But that's why I print off orders 3 or 4 times a day now, so that way I can keep up with them. It'll be like 20 orders each time. I've got all my cards alphabetized, so I'll go over, pick them all up, and then, like you saw, just pack them all up and then just take them over to the post office and drop everything off. And this is something that I do, like I said, every single day. Go drop everything off, and then today's a little bit unique of a day, obviously, because usually Tuesdays are a lot more chill. We don't have a new YouTube video on Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, by the way. Usually we don't have a stream on Tuesdays. This is a special stream. So I have 2 sponsors that I work with, one of them being Drip, and then one of them being Collector. If you don't have the Collector app downloaded, highly recommend downloading the Collector app. And also, if you're not signed up on Drip, I recommend doing that as well. So Collector and Drip, today is my Drip stream. I usually do one a month. We're giving away 6 boxes of Mega Symphonia and 6 boxes of Mega Brave. And when I say giving away, we're opening them all up and then giving away everything that we pull. So we have that at noon. That'll probably go for 2 or 3 hours. And that's abnormal for Tuesdays. Usually after I get all the orders packed, I get showered, go for my run and everything. Then it's pretty much a day of just chaos, where there's a million different things that I got to get done, and I just kind of prioritize in different quadrants of everything that needs to get done. But I'm gonna go run into the post office, and then I'm gonna go, the shipping place is only like a couple miles away. And then I'm gonna go home and get ready for the stream. We also have a pack break tomorrow, which we gotta pull all the packs for that. We'll talk about that more in a little bit. So it's currently 3 o'clock. Just finished up the stream that we did for Drip. It's a giant, it's a giant mess. So we opened up, just to give you an idea of what this looks like. So we opened up 6 boxes of Mega Brave and 6, look at all that. It's just destroyed. Oh, now I gotta get all that cleaned up. But we opened up 6 boxes of Mega Brave and 6 boxes of Mega Symphonia. We ended up pulling 2 of the special art rare Gardevoirs, which was super sick, and then 1 special art rare Mega Lucario and 1 special art rare Lieutenant Surge, which I did not know a whole lot about the set, so it was a little bit weird, but got everything done. The drip streams usually are great. In this stream in specific, I opened up 10 packs of Mega Brave and 10 packs of Mega Symphonia for each winner. And then when it's done, I pack everything up immediately, seal up the box, and then I ship it all out to Drip. And then Drip handles all the individual shipping, which is cool. For a while, I was doing the individual shipping, but it just became too much, and confusing it with everything else, like the individual shipping that I have to do from the store, it just became too much. So that's finished. We have to get ready for our live stream tomorrow. So every Wednesday at noon Central Time, we put up packs on sale Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Central Time. It's basically like a build your own pack break is what it's called. So I will put up a limited amount of packs from a lot of sets, from like all the way back to Evolving Skies, pretty much every set up until the current set. Some sets that are more popular, I will do like 30 packs of each, and then other sets which are less popular, like Paradox Rift, Temporal Forces, like I'll just do 10 packs of each of those, and then you can choose, pick and choose what sets you want opened. A lot of people will just get 10 of the same set because you can only order 10 packs. So it ends up being a lot of fun. We do fail packs every Wednesday. It's just more of like a chill stream, a lot of fun, a way to kind of talk to the people in the community that I really enjoy. But it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to get everything set up. So before I went and I wrote down, and I do this every single week, I write down what everybody wants, what everybody gets. So like on this sheet of paper right here, I've got it all written down. So then I've got energy cards written for each and every person, because this is just how you identify your pack. And then every once in a while, somebody will ask for like a drawing. So like Devin wanted a Minun this week, so I had to draw a Minun. And this always like takes a little bit longer, but people enjoy it, and it's, I don't know, it's fun, I guess. So Greninja, and then somebody else wanted a Lugia, so I drew a Lugia as well. I'm really bad at drawing, but it just keeps things pretty chill. And then the packs are all back over here, so I put them all in team bags. It usually takes me about an hour to do the drawings, about 45 minutes to pull all the packs, an hour to put everything together, and then the stream itself takes a few hours. So all the packs are over here. I used to put labels on bins, like you can see Chilling Rain. Well, that's not Chilling Rain in that, that's 151. So I ended up not switching everything out, but these are all just normal packs, so I can pull all those, get all those into team bags, and then it's all organized that way. And then once the pack break is done tomorrow, I will ship them all out right away. I'll get them all, I print off all the orders prior to the break even starts, cut them all out, that way I've got everything ready to go, and then as soon as the break is over, I pack them all up. I don't drop them off right away, but I have them all packed. But again, I was talking about that before. If I leave those orders sit, there's usually 50 orders. So if I leave those orders sit for Thursday, then it interferes with all the other orders that I have to pack up for Thursday, and it just becomes too much and I fall behind. So I have to stay efficient all the time. And that'll take me a little while here, and then it'll be like 4 o'clock, and then I'll have to get started on dinner. And then I'm gonna go to a card store to film some content. There's a local card store that I've never been to before, but they have a lot of, I met him at a flea market, and he said he's got a lot of like older era stuff, a lot of mid-era stuff. So I'm gonna go through and see what I can all get for my master set, and we'll record a video out there. So I'm gonna get these packs pulled, and then I'll catch up with you later. It's currently 6 o'clock, which is way later than I wanted to be. But I'm gonna go to this card store called Toy Box Toys. It's located in West Bend. Apparently they have a lot of stuff. I wanted to get there earlier, but my wife and my daughters are going to a concert featuring the Zombies and Descendants or something like that, and I get the night off. But one of their friends on the way here got a flat tire. So they all drove to the concert and I stayed back to fix the flat tire, which is putting me later than I thought I would be able to fix it pretty easily. But it definitely took me a little bit longer than what I wanted to. I'm a little ashamed of that, but it is what it is. So I'm going to go to this Toy Box Toys place and record some content out there. Hopefully find some cards. So we're mastering every single Pokemon card set except like the first edition sets. So first edition sets we're not worrying about yet, and specialty sets that are like promo related, like McDonald's sets, we're not worrying about those yet either. But by December 31st, 2026, so next year, I have two goals. One, to hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube, so please help me out with that. And number two is to complete every single Pokemon card master set. So right now we are going to go look and see what we can all find. Hopefully we need a lot of mid-era stuff, a lot of reverse hollows, tons of reverse hollows from like the E-series, e-reader series, all the way up until black and white. Like we're missing a ton of reverse hollows. So I'm hoping I find some of those. And then maybe some holographic rares from the same eras, missing a lot of those as well. So I talked to this guy, the owner, at a couple of flea markets last year, and then recently I met him at a flea market again. He said he's got a lot of stuff there. So we're gonna go check that out. Hopefully get some good content, but also be able to really start checking stuff off of the master set journey. Let's go check it out. Our master set journey continues right now. I am at Toy Box Toys. I have never been here before, but I've met the owner at a couple of flea markets, and he says he has a lot of older stuff, a lot of like mid-era stuff, so that's what we're hunting tonight. They close at 7 o'clock. It is currently 6:32. So I've got like half an hour to try and find basically whatever I can. I am going for volume. I'm going for quantity. I want to find as many mid-era reverse hollows as I possibly can. I've been working like crazy trying to put together binders. I have a decent amount of commons and uncommons, like no cap. Like there is a decent amount there. But reverse hollows, I've got like nothing. Holographic rares, I've got like nothing. So I'm going for as much as I possibly can find. I am a little nervous because that's just how I am. Like recording in public is still difficult for me, and it might always be. But we're gonna go in and we're just gonna see how things go and hopefully find some crazy stuff. I just left Toy Box Toys, which is where I went to go get, I got a ton of stuff, like literally 2 ETBs full, I mean like 1.5 ETBs full of stuff we were looking for. Very successful, huge shout out to them. They stayed open like half an hour later than their scheduled hours. So, and then I had to run over to Walmart quick to get some bubble mailers, some bigger bubble mailers, and milk, because we're almost out of milk. We leave for Worlds in a few days, but if my daughter doesn't have milk, she's gonna lose her mind. I'm gonna make one more stop quick because I'm starving, and it feels like it should be a Culver's sort of night. I don't know why Culver's doesn't sponsor me. I feel like now is the time. I feel like we would be a really good pair. Like, I can talk about them all the time, and they can just provide me with food. I feel like that's a match made in heaven. But I'm gonna drive home, I'm gonna grab some Culver's quick to eat, and then continue working. I've got to get some product opened up for pack breaks. So I got everything pulled, but with pack breaks, the pack prices that I charge are so cheap compared to, I guess, what a normal rip and ship would charge. And at the same time, a lot of stuff has age to it, and I've just never updated the pricing. So I think Evolving Skies we have for $9.99. They're all really cheap. But I do limit, like I said, it's only 10 packs max per person. But then I also do these things called fail packs. So if you've watched my channel for a while, you know I'm big into pull rate numbers. I really like looking at pull rates, analyzing pull rates so you can know what you get. So I do fail packs also. Like if you do not get what you should get, so somebody opens up 10 booster packs, you should get like 2.8 hits or something like that in 10 booster packs. So we round it up to 3. And if you don't get 3 hits, then I just open up more packs for free until we get to those 3 hits. And that's why the pack break sells out super fast. Now I gotta get some product opened up so that way I can get more fail packs for tomorrow. But I've got a lot of cards that need to be updated on the website. So that's a lot of times what I do at night. I printed off some more orders and packed those before, but I'm gonna get home and really get through listing cards on the website. So right now it's 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. Normally at this time it's family time. So normally I don't do any work. Like I will work pretty much non-stop from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. But then after 5 p.m., like the phone goes away, make dinner, we eat dinner as a family. That's always been really important to me and to my wife. And then it's usually playtime. Like there might be household chores that I do, but usually it's like I'll hang out with the family. And that usually lasts until like 8:30-ish. So right now that would be a normal night. Like this isn't really indicative of what a normal night is. And then 8:30 we start bedtime routine. So I always read to my youngest daughter. And then my wife reads to my oldest daughter, but we do that part all together. We're reading Harry Potter right now. We're on book 6. We just started the Half-Blood Prince. So she'll read to all 3 of us. And then after that, then it's work time again. So basically, once we get back home, even though it's only going to be like 8:15, it'll feel more like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, because after the kids go to bed, then I start working on usually updating stuff on the website, or it'll be preparing videos, getting videos prepped, filling out, PowerPoints or spreadsheets, or looking up pricing, or whatever the case may be. So usually that's what will happen at this time. But like I said, right now we are pulling into the parking lot at Culver's. So somebody asked me in my drip stream earlier today if I was going to get Culver's tonight, and if I was going to film it. And I was like, maybe I will. So pull it into Culver's right now, and I'm going to get my double cheeseburger value basket. I'm super excited. The Culver's has arrived. It is officially a great night. It's officially a great night. All right, so back home again. This is what I'm talking about. So these boxes here are like all my old bulk. I don't know why. I have them sitting here in our living room, which makes total sense for somebody. But I've got all my checklists printed on top, and then just kind of going through and adding stuff. This is the stuff I've got to rip open for fail packs tomorrow. So that's sitting over there. And then this is what we're going to work on tonight. If you can see, it's just literally a ton of cards that need to be added to the one. There's like a Greninja SIR right there, which makes nice Espeon VMAX, a Bubble Mew, Blaziken VMAX, Guaranteed. There's some good cards that need to be added to the website. So start working on that, I guess. But all that needs to be gone through. All of these rows here are all full of stuff that needs to be added to the website. I'm just really, really behind on that. Nice Umbreon, Glaceon EX. Look at that Pikachu EX sitting there. So some decent cards that need to be added to the website. Primal Groudon, Primal Kyogre. We've got Pikachu with the gray felt hat. There's a full art Mega Mewtwo. Charizard EX, Blastoise. There's a lot of stuff. But first, I'm going to eat so I can get some food in my belly, and then go through that. But it is currently 8:30. 8:30. So I've got like 3 hours of work ahead of me still tonight, and then probably call it a night and wake up at 7, do it all over again tomorrow. Tomorrow's a normal day, well, a normal-ish Wednesday with a stream, and then this is basically how things go. So I'm going to eat, and then we'll catch back up after that. So it is now 10 p.m. Central Time. Finally got through getting all the fail packs. And then I had, I don't know, like sometimes orders go in spurts where all of a sudden maybe somebody talks about it or something gets posted. I don't know. But I got like 15 orders in within the span of like half an hour. So I just printed off the most recent, or the 20 labels that I needed to print, and just pulled all the singles for those. They were all single orders, but some of them, one person had 19 singles, one person had 13 singles, one person has 7, and it really just, one person has 11. It's not like there's too many, but it takes time. I've got everything organized, alphabetized, over in my windowsill over here. It's pretty easy. It goes fairly quick, but then usually I'll triple check conditions, load everything up in top loaders, put it in team bags, and then get it, like I just kind of situate it so that way, you know, it's ready to be shipped out. And just keep on top of it. And then in the morning, I'll print off whatever labels come in or whatever orders come in overnight. But at 10 o'clock now, usually, like, this is the time where the kids are in bed, and it's grindy stuff. Like, this is the stuff where it's easy to pack orders that are sealed products. Like sealed products, if we had access to buying an unlimited amount of sealed products, it would be amazing. But you don't have that access. You have that access for Japanese sets, but you don't get wholesale Japanese. You basically pay very little under market, so it doesn't move that well. Wholesale costs English would be great if you could just get an unlimited amount, but you can't do that. And even when you could do that, it wasn't selling. Like, I remember when you could just order booster boxes, you know, at $80, you put them up for $88, $90, they wouldn't sell, they would just sit. So even then, like, it didn't really change anything. Right now, sealed product is easy, and it takes, you know, a second to pack up those orders. If it's a booster box, you put it in 6x6x4 or whatever size box you want to use. 8x6x4, I think, is what we use. Put it in a bubble envelope, put it in the box, seal it up, put the label on, good to go. Singles take a little bit longer to do. That's where the grindy stuff comes in. It used to be that I would do a lot of bulk stuff at night. We don't really do the bulk game anymore, but now it's time to list singles. So I take a single, and I just kind of, I don't know if you can kind of, so this is just a lie round. I just grabbed a stack from that inventory that I showed you before, and really what I do is I just kind of look it over, make sure the condition is near mint on it, because the only stuff we put on the website is near mint, unless it's something that's like relatively expensive that it would be worth listing even in light played condition, because people would still want it even in light played, which I don't really think there's anything in this stack here. Oh, here's a Rockets Mewtwo SIR. So if this was like lightly played, so this is near mint, but if this is lightly played, then I would probably still list it, and I would just mark it as lightly played on the website. And we'll either sell that on TCG Player, or we'll mark it, you know, at a show as lightly played. It's just easier if there's just one condition pretty much on the website. And then I'll go to TCG Player. For most of these singles, I'll go to TCG Player and use pricing on that. For some of the higher end stuff, I'll go to TCG Player, I'll go to eBay, I'll go to price charting, and just find stuff that's fair. And then I'll list that. And so right now, that's what I'm going to be doing for the next hour and a half, is just trying to list this stack of singles right here. So I pull out 100, 150 cards every night and try and get through that. Otherwise, I'll also work on getting a YouTube video prepared. So like tomorrow, I'm going to talk about 151. I already put together that presentation. 151 has just been going nuts, and I really want to draw some attention to it before it gets too late for people. And I don't want to talk about FOMO or anything like that. I don't want people FOMOing. I just want people to understand the concept and what I'm seeing, so that way they can make the best decision when it comes to what they want to do, what collection goals they want to achieve. So I think it's important to kind of talk about that stuff, as long as you do it the right way. And then customer service stuff. So responding to emails, responding to messages. Typically what I'll do is I'll take like half an hour at the end of the night and just get through as many emails and messages as I possibly can. I have notifications off during the day. I will check it every once in a while, but it just became too much and too overwhelming, where I was always on my phone. I was always on my phone or always at my computer responding, because I thought I need to get back to everybody immediately. So now a lot of times I'll take a half an hour at night and just hammer through as many as I possibly can. Sometimes I miss people. Sometimes it takes me a while to get back. Sometimes people have to email me multiple times, and I tell everybody, don't take it personally. Like, I promise it's nothing against you. It takes me a while to get back to everybody. But that's just the idea of being a business owner. Like, you don't stop working. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, I would love to do this. And I guarantee you probably would if you're very passionate about Pokemon. It's a lot of work. It's just long hours. But when you're a business owner of any sorts, it's going to be long hours. So you have to really love what you do. You have to have a lot of passion behind it. But that's typically what a day looks like. Is if you want it to be successful, it's a grind. It really is. And it's working hours for pennies in the hopes that you can build it up to eventually work hours for nickels, work hours for dimes, work hours for quarters, work hours for dollars. And you just keep building. It's just a stepping stone process to hopefully get to where your goals are trying to go. So it is a lot of fun. I wouldn't change it for anything. I've worked corporate America for many years before, and this is way better. And it's all really thanks to you guys. Like, if I didn't have a YouTube channel that was I want to call it successful. It's successful in my mind. Like in my mind, I call success like something that I enjoy. If I didn't have that, if I didn't have you guys, this wouldn't work. It really wouldn't. So I love you guys. When I say that every video, I really mean it. This wouldn't be without you. And that's why I do like to give so much away and give so much back, because it is so important to me to have you guys. I'll never take it for granted. Never change, because it's because of you that this even exists. So I really, really appreciate all of you guys. If you have questions, I'll try and answer them as much as I possibly can. But it's fun. It really is. It's just every day there's something different. So tomorrow I have to stream. It's going to be a lot of the same stuff, but I also have a stream like today. Thursday will be completely different because there's no YouTube video on Thursday, so I don't have to record a video. So typically Thursdays I'll record like a handful of shorts to try and build up a little bit there. I might work on master sets a little bit, and I'll have more time to dedicate to singles because Thursday's a little bit easier of a day. Thursday's also a meeting day. So I have a call set up with a company on Thursday. I have a call set up with my distributor, one of my distributors on Thursday to talk about things. So Thursday's a day where I can do like a lot of meetings, things like that. And then usually sometimes I'll do some on Fridays as well, but Friday is also a YouTube video day. So Friday morning I'll have to wake up, record the video, and get it edited. Friday we're also choosing the winner for Black Bolt and White Flare master sets. So that'll be announced on Friday, which by the time you're seeing this, it probably already happened. But every day is different, but every day there's stuff. So even on Saturdays and Sundays, there's still stuff. There's still stuff that needs to be done. Orders get packed every single day. Every day, orders have to get packed. So even Saturdays and Sundays, I have to pack orders, which is great, like, so to keep up with them. I mean, there's orders coming in, which is fantastic. It's something that I have to fit in. So if we have a day where we go to the zoo, or a Saturday where we do something with family or friends or whatever, I have to fine tune my schedule to make sure that I still find time to pack orders, that I still find time to get YouTube videos put together, or editing done, or something of the sorts. There's always work to do, and that's just part of owning your own business. So I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. But thank you so much for taking the time to look into things a little bit. Like I said, if you have questions, just drop them down below. It's come a long way. It really has. Millions of sales doesn't mean anything. It's about the lives you impact. It's about what you're able to accomplish. It's a lot more than just sales figures. That doesn't really mean a whole lot. Plus margins suck. Like, you can sell $1 million of Pokemon cards. It doesn't really mean anything if your margin is 3%. And right now, with how volatile the market is, that percentage can change on a daily basis. I can buy a collection for 75% and it could crash before I even get the collection in. And then all of a sudden you're breaking even or losing a little bit. They could reprint everything tomorrow, and any sealed boxes that I bought for 80% market or 75% market or 70% market or whatever the case may be could crash. It could fall apart. So margins are never consistent. It's just, you don't focus on margins you focus on margins as an overall picture, not just on specific products. And that's something like when I go to card shows and somebody's like, oh, I need to hit my margin on this. Well, you need to hit your margin on everything. It's not just this. You can take a little bit less for this one if you get a little bit more for this one. Like, it's an average. And I think a lot of people forget that. But yeah, I said I was going to stop rambling. I really am. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please hit that subscribe button down below. Love you guys. Thank you so much for everything. Leave a like, leave a comment, all the things. I'll talk to you again soon. Till next time. Peace.